Have you ever wondered how to make the most of your money? Yes, how to be efficient with your money. It's not the amount of money that you make, it's the amount of money that you keep. It is how you allocate and redistribute your finances. And that is exactly what we're going to be speaking about, how to make money with proper money allocation. If that is something that you're interested in, then meet us on the inside. Thank you for meeting us on the inside. In this session, we'll be talking about money efficiency, and we're going to be utilizing the 80-20 rule of efficiency. This is a fundamental principle of managing time and life in and of itself, referred to at times as the Pareto principle, established by an Italian economist, Vilfredo Pareto, realizing that from random observation, that 80% of the wealth is controlled by 20% of the people. This basically indicates that most people are consumers who enrich the producers. Yes, you heard that correct. So 80% of the wealth was controlled by 20% of the people, and this all comes down to the mindset. So on your screen is the graph showing the Pareto principle, so you can observe it starts with a spike, because that 80% spikes everything, and everything that comes after, it's at the plateau, it just tapers off. It doesn't have that greater value to the whole picture. From his observation, he realized that there is a divide of people in the vital few, which is the top 20% in terms of money, influence, and affluence, and then the trivial many, which was the bottom 80% or the majority. You never want to be in the majority. 80% of the wealth is in the hands of 20% of the people. Yes, we see that in healthcare, 80% of the cost of healthcare is created by 20% of the people. Yes, business, 80% of the revenue actually comes from 20% of the products. Production, 80% of the problems come from 20% of the parts. When we talk about procurement, we're thinking about 80% of the cost baseline comes from 20% of the suppliers. This can be applied to almost any situation. This is fundamentally important when we move into the process of setting goals and productivity. This translation indicates that 20% of your activity will account for about 80% of your result. Can you imagine that? Just 20%. If you focus on 20%, that is the major, then you can achieve more than you actually thought you could. In essence, if you have 10 items that you want to accomplish, you will realize that the two most worthy items to accomplish are usually the hardest items on the list. So what you're going to have to do, you're going to have to prioritize. But many persons find priority in doing those little things. And those little things add up to little things, more little things. And the little things, they basically never stop adding up. And in so it's adding up. Guess what? You never get to do the 20% that is of most importance. Most people lose out the big picture because the majority of them major in the minor and minor in the major. These individuals are doing so much but accomplishing so little. And do you know why? Because they are not utilizing their time, their resources adequately. So what is it that we're saying? We are saying that in order to maximize that which you have to have the mindset to determine what is of greatest value. Food, clothing, shelter, transportation, those are important. Then you're going to have to allocate resources accordingly. How will you benefit from these allocation? Will it be a positive benefit or a negative benefit? And yes, we said negative benefit because it is not benefiting you, but it is benefiting someone else. You need to know this if you desire to actually be successful. Then you will pick the things which are most important on your list, and you're going to work at those things. So if food is important, you're going to work on food. If clothing is important, you're going to be working on clothing. And these things have to be moving from a liability status into an asset status. And we're going to help you to understand the difference between liabilities and assets, so that you can know how to position yourself so that you can convert your liabilities into assets. So the assets are things that actually put money into your pocket, in short, and the liabilities are things that take money from your pocket without actually contributing significantly or meaningfully. In doing this exercise, you will realize that you are more productive. You will realize that you are more goal-oriented. You will be positioned in such a way that you can achieve that which you desire. And once you know where your money is going, you can clog the leaks before they occur. So what should you be doing is stop working on tasks that are of low value or of no value to the big picture, as you position yourself to reach the destination which you would have outlined in your goal plan. If you don't have a goal plan, you're going to need to set a goal plan, because how are you going to reach where you need to reach if you don't have a plan to reach that location? That means that something is wrong. It means that your agenda and your priorities are not in order. So we have to work on those things. Now, moving away from procrastination is important. You will have to set goals. You will have to do the hard things first, which will allow you to do the easier things later. And when we spoke in the episode which we had done previously about the different level of financial independence, you remember coasting. Coasting happens when people set themselves up in the early years being frugal and all this kind of stuff, being a minimalist, so that in the latter years they can enjoy their life. So that is some of the approach that you will have to take in order to be in a position so you can enjoy life to its fullest. But that has to be your plan and your agenda. This is a value-added proposition. It is important that you follow the guidance so your life will be of great value. Your life will be fulfilled. It doesn't make any sense you earn $1 million and at the end of the month you're at negative 100,000. That doesn't make any sense. It is not the amount of money that you make, it's the amount of money that you keep. And when you can position yourself by prioritizing what is most important, then you will be an asset to your company, your organization, yourself, and especially your finances. So things that you don't need, get rid of them. The hard tasks are normally the ones that most persons leave for last. But by the time you get around to them, the time you have left to complete them and to actualize and allow them to grow and capitalize on the return that they would have given you, maybe your life would have come to its end. When beginning on your financial and money making journey, think about the long-term implication instead of the short-term gratification. That is so important for every individual to understand. In doing this, you will be in a position to enjoy retirement. If you are already close and you did not make the necessary provision, it's not too late. But note this, that you will not be able to achieve what a younger person who has a higher risk or tolerance can achieve. But the information can be passed on to the generation that is to come. What I want to share with you is that resist the temptation to clean up small things first. You have to watch the numbers and the analytics. Yes, what generates the most reward in alignment should be your priority focus. Just be sure never to deviate. So you have to have a definitive focus on working on that one thing. Remember, the little things multiply. Things will keep you busy and distracted. You don't want things to be keeping you busy and distracted. You want the things to be keeping you productive and on the path to actualizing your goal. You have no time for distraction, especially if you're 45 to 50 or even 60 plus. You have no time for distraction if you did not set yourself up from in your teens, your 20s, or your 30s. So you have to now be doing double down. So this here is very important for you to learn and to understand. It is because of love why I'm sharing this information with you, so you can position your mind so that in the future, your future self can say thank you. And indeed, that is how we're going to have to approach things. If you start your journey with low value tasks, you will make this a habit, as you will become comparable to the horse that is walking around in a circle, grinding in the mill, making movements without positional progress. How many persons you see work very hard, and at the end of their life, they have nothing to show for it? They did extraordinary for their company, but they have nothing to show for it. They have nothing to share with anyone. How many persons do you know like that? There are many persons like that. You don't have to be a casualty of such a situation. Did you know that 80% of the rich people have one goal that they work hard on all the time? The question I want to ask you, do you have at least one goal? And are you actually working on it? You should not be surprised then when I tell you only 20% of poor people have one goal or even have a goal. However, fewer than that actually works on it consistently. So you understand it is a mindset. The mindset needs to be changed. If you made it this far, I want to tell you this one thing. Do what rich people do. Pick one goal and work on it every day. You will see how fast your life will change. Just like that. If you don't desire for your financial life to be better, it means that you're in the wrong place. Don't just listen, please do. If you want the trajectory of your life to change, please set a goal, stick to it, make a balance check, and enjoy the life that is to come. Signing out from Money Trip JA, where we use cents to make dollars, is Dr. A. Have yourself a money-filled day.